Welcome back, dear viewers. She participates actively across global platforms, including Gulf Food International, economic forums, and the Executive Committee of the World Utilities Congress. She's also she's an author at Xinhua News Agency. It's a Chinese news agency. Today we discuss whether a sustainability system thinking and global engagement mean for Kuwait. So let's all welcome the Chief Specialist Electrical Engineer, Ministry of Education, Technical Advisor and Sustainability Committee Chair at Kuwait Water Association, Engineer Heba Abbas. Heba, it's really a pleasure to have you in Good Morning Kuwait.
Likewise, and good morning to you and good morning Kuwait.
Heba, it's been a while, since last time, but definitely you always, when you disappear, you come with a lot of new information, and definitely let's just start with sustainability and Kuwait's priorities. So why has sustainability become a strategic priority for Kuwait at this moment beyond the environmental narrative?
Okay, well, sustainability today for Kuwait and globally, it's no longer an environmental add-on. It is, you can say, a pillar of economic security and national development planning. And also it is the organizing concept of how infrastructure today is being designed, how it's being governed and financed, obviously. And in my work, sustainability is fundamentally about resource security, especially when we talk about water, energy, land, and capital, not only emissions reduction like it used to be thought of in the past. And this is very important for us. Why? Because we are dealing with pressing global challenges. We have climate pressure, for instance, we have energy price volatility, food system demand. So these challenges that we deal with nowadays, they can no longer, unfortunately, be solved through incremental optimization or siloed strategies, separate strategies. And therefore, we need to have a cross-sector collaboration. We need to have a whole of system, whole of economy approach rooted in geo-economic realities. So for Kuwait, it's about designing really the baseline for volatility, or designing so that volatility is the baseline, so that we deal normally with pressure rather than treating shocks as exceptions.
Yeah, treating just one at a time.
So this, in practice, this simply means replacing the lowest cost thinking or logic that we have, the lowest cost, with strategic decisions when it comes to the finances or the money or the cost. And then also integrating distributed and digital systems, of course, because you need the digital system because you cannot manage what you cannot measure. So we need to have the accurate data. And then, of course,
AI is there, so.
Of course. Yeah. And then also you need to always place affordability and equity at the heart of security and long-term resilience. This is the social aspects. We always balance for the triple bottom line. That is people, profit, money.
Okay.
The social factors, the economic factors, and the environmental factors. The people factor is important, the social factors, especially when it comes to the affordability of services and equity, because people are and will always be at the heart of our strategy and planning.
Nice. That's definitely one of the main things, for people, whenever there is a system or a mitigation plan coming, definitely everybody asks about the cost,
Course.
And when you put this like as one of the main, let's say, subjects in your mind, definitely it will make people really happy, because you don't want to, have large bills, at their doors.
Yes.
So first of all, what's Wi-Fi and NUCS's and system thinking? From your participation at Gulf Food and major global economic forums, what did this platform reinforce about the water, energy, food, environment, and NUCS's, and why is system thinking especially important to Kuwait? First of all, what's Wi-Fi?
The Wi-Fi nexus stands for basically water, energy, food, and ecosystem nexus.
Oh, Beautiful.
Because,
Weefy.
yes, because sustainability cannot be achieved in silos, and the deep interconnection or interdependence between these sectors requires the cross-section collaboration, and for us to address these issues as one nexus.
So we look at them as just one entity.
Exactly, and that is throughout the whole life cycle. When we speak, for instance, about infrastructure, it's throughout the life cycle, from design, build, manage, operate, maintain, until renovate and then demolish. So throughout the life cycle. But regarding your question about the Gulf Food participation, I participated in it last week in Dubai, actually. It focused on food, of course. It's one of the largest events for food and beverage. But from the panels that I participated in, it became clear that, you know, water security is no longer about managing scarcity. In the past, we used to think about water security as simply managing scarcity or managing, you know, not having water. But this is not the case. You know, it's about designing resilience, and today's keyword, by the way, will be resilience. Yes, it's about designing resilience into the entire economic system. Why? Because water resilience today is shaped by many forces. Many of them are way beyond the water sector. For instance, you have the energy price volatility. You have also the food system demand, land use decision, capital and financial flows. You have the digital intelligence, and this is important. So all of these factors, they today shape how the networks or how the systems really, they perform under stress. So treating these separately only locks in the vulnerability. That's why as we move, we should treat all these sectors as a whole. And it will matter in many stages, as we said, throughout the life cycle. So for instance, at the planning level, when you factor this at the planning level, you are embedding water risk into your national plan and national strategy.
Indeed.
So this, what happens? It's supported by institutional frameworks in the country. And these frameworks, they force alignment between the sectors. It's already forced the alignment early on at the design stage, at the planning stage. And then also, when we talk about the design stage, it's simply through modular infrastructure and taking it into consideration. And then when you talk about the capital and policy level, also this is important. This collaboration, it aligns incentives, because at the end of the day, capital or money will flow when systems, they prove that they are adaptive, that they are flexible, that they are reliable. You know, not only when assets performs. So given all these conditions, you know, we really need the cross-sector collaboration, and we need to address the Wi-Fi nexus or the water, energy and food system as important pillars of national security as well.
Indeed, indeed, that's well said, you know, and honestly, this will save a lot of hassles, you know, and you know, indeed will be like just one system for the whole entire resources. And so global presence and influence. You sat on the Executive Committee of the World Utilities Congress and engage regularly with the global leaders. Why is Kuwait active presence on global platform like this important today, like these, for example?
Well, actually, yes, indeed. I sit on the Executive and Technical Committee of the World Utilities Congress for the third consecutive year. And also we sit on the Technical and Executive Committee of the Global Water and Energy and Climate Change Congress in the Kingdom of Bahrain. It's an initiative by the government of Bahrain, so we sit on that as well. We sit at that committee as well. For us, this is not about visibility, to be honest, as much as it's about alignment. It's about learning throughout the system learning, you know, the system learning and influence also. Because what happens, these meetings, they shape the future of utilities. Utilities are no longer asset operators, you know, they are system architects and they are instruments of national development. So being in the room with the private sector, with the public sector, with the financiers, people from different sectors and different backgrounds, this is where the frameworks are being set. So to have an active role in this, this, of course, is much better than adapting to the changes and frameworks later on. It also showcases our knowledge in Kuwait, that, you know, we have a place on the table, and we have a place on the table because we are knowledgeable. We have something, we add value to the global dialogue, you know. And also, one of the main factors here is that, you know, as we said, we're dealing with a lot of pressing global issues. And so no single nation can effectively combat these challenges in isolation.
Indeed.
Countries, we need to exchange knowledge, resources, and data. So these meetings are the perfect place to exchange this sort of information and data, and also to come back with the knowledge that we gain and embed it into our national strategy or Kuwait's national vision in order to be aligned with global standards.
That's definitely what's, you know, the vision of 2035, is about. So global communication and narrative as a contributing columnist, you have a column in Xinhua.
Xinhua is the official Chinese news agency.
Yeah. Wow, so you write a column, and, and that's amazing. How does engaging through international media platform strengthen Kuwait's sustainability narrative and global positioning?
Well, this is important because really our job...
So first of all, how is the Chinese media?
Amazing,
really?
Amazing. They have a very interesting way of conveying information. And they have a lot of respect for the audience and for the reader. So when you write, you don't write on your own term. No, you write so that the reader, he gains the knowledge and he's entertained. And there is a depth. You know, the Chinese culture comes with a lot of wisdom.
Really?
So there is a depth. You know, if you see their music and dance and costumes and clothes, so there is a depth there. There are layers. It's not just a simple layer, you know, so you have to understand the culture and appreciate the culture. And to be honest, we appreciate the readers. You know, they don't have to read for us, yet they read.
And what is it in the same specialty you write, or it's totally different?
No, it's the same specialty because you know, they have a level of ethics and integrity. You cannot just say anything. You have to talk on your area of specialty. This is something that they enforce, by the way, along and across all the Chinese media. You only write by your specialty. You cannot
write something else, because it's beyond your scope. Yeah, that's definitely they respect, you know, the majors and you know,
but it is important for Kuwait. Why? Because it, you know, it's not about the work being done only. It's about how you, let's say, position the work of the nation. How about how you position yourself as a country? Because writing for you know, international media gives us the chance to cast our voice and to, you know, transfer our experience through our own lens. When they write about us, they write based on facts and figure. But only us, you know, we understand the culture. We understand, you know, for us, especially in Kuwait and also in the Arab culture, you know, our work revolves around competency and compassionate. You know, this is the Arabic way, or this is the Kuwaiti way. We care.
And also we can utilize the other opinion, you know, for our benefit. I have a quick question, Engineer Heba. Do you think this renewable energy and, you know, sustainability can replace our main source, you know, of economy, which is the gold, black gold?
Definitely no. The question is not about, you know, picking up favorite. It's about having a diverse portfolio and having a mixed portfolio. You know, it's always the best way to diversify your economy and diversify your portfolio.
So it's not like, you know, you're replacing the oil. No. But this is like diversifying the
Yes, and it's about taking a simple measures to make our regular operations more sustainable. Sustainability, it doesn't mean, you know, you have to cancel out what you're doing. It's about, you know, a simple steps.
Having another options.
I'll tell you an example. When it comes to water, we have desalination, for example. The desalination uses a lot of energy.
That's true.
It's not sustainable. How can we make it sustainable? Throughout using renewable energy to power up the desalination.
Indeed. That's also a good way of putting it. Engineer Heba Abbas, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it. You know, a really beautiful conversation, but unfortunately we are out of time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Dear viewers, that was Heba Abbas, Chief Specialist Electrical Engineer, Ministry of Education, Technical Advisor and Sustainability Committee Chair at Kuwait Water Association. Dear viewers, we'll go for a break and next we'll be back, so don't go away and stay tuned.